Hey everybody, this week we're going to try a video instead of a PowerPoint. This is Lauren and I's summary of Digital Humanitarianism, Chapter 3 and Chapter 5. This week's readings focused on new innovations to manage big data and the volume of information on social media. Mears explains that shifting through this vast amount of information is harder than finding a needle in the haystack. It's more like finding a needle in a meadow. Chapter 3 and Chapter 5 explore new tools to be used in a crisis to help quickly classify information on social media into requests for help and to ask for assistance. Chapter 3 discusses some of the early attempts to find needle in a meadow, including a match program that was used in Russia during a response to a fire in 2010. Mir and his team, which was called the Standby Volunteer Task Force, or SBTF, began to experiment with microtasking, which is a process of slicing and dicing information into smaller, more manageable sections. An example of this would be 100 people trying to go through 10,000 tweets. It's more in line with 100 people going through 100 tweets per person. This concept led to the development and implementation of Micromappers platform, allowing digital humanitarians to quickly tag tweets, pictures, and videos. Chapter 5 explains some additional technological advances that were helpful following a disaster. One innovation is data mining, or an automatic analysis of large data sets. Digital humanitarians used this to document the violence and the human rights abuse in Syria. The program used text classification from social media posts on Facebook and Twitter. The texts were given a code to be modified based on the type of the disaster, location, language, and culture. Mir and his team first used this technology in response to a tornado in Oklahoma. They discovered that out of 2 million tweets, only a few hundred actually were from people seeking or offering help. Mir and his team went on to build artificial intelligence for disaster platform, or AIDR. This allows digital humanitarians the ability to quickly crowdsource the creation of hundreds of classifiers in response to a disaster. In addition to social media uses, Meyer and his team are also partnering with UNICEF to develop the AIDR platform to use the same concept for SMS text messaging. In conclusion, the readings this week explored a number of new concepts, platforms, and strategies to analyze a great deal of information in a short amount of time. This is critical for digital humanitarian efforts, but it will also be increasingly critical and important for in our daily lives, as big data makes it harder to process information in any manual way. A couple of questions that Lauren and I had come up with. Number one, Meyer described microtasking as a method where information is sliced and diced into smaller, more manageable sections to assist in processing a great deal of information in a short amount of time. Have you used similar techniques in your data analysis? And number two, artificial intelligence, AI, seems like science fiction, but we continue to be exposed to more examples of it in our daily life. Just ask Siri. What are some ways AI has or can impact your daily work? That's it. Sorry, digital humanitarianism is a tough word, so sorry I bumbled on that. Have a great day. We'll talk to you guys soon.